Hey there and welcome to No Recipe Required. So tonight I want to talk about the perfect burger and some rules and tips to help you make the perfect burger. These are tips that I follow just about every time. Now granted, I'm doing a version indoors on the stovetop in a pan. Of course I love the grill. If I have an opportunity, I'll take the grill pretty much every time. Outdoors, smoke, fire, it's awesome, but I'm not around a grill every single time. These rules are going to apply basically to both methods, and I guarantee it, they're going to help you make the perfect burger. Let's go ahead and get started.
Okay, let's talk the rules for the perfect burger. Rule number one is you gotta season. I like to season salt and pepper. You can do other spices certainly in there if you want, but frankly, I really only think it needs some salt and pepper. Use a good amount, and then just work it into the meat. Next rule is don't really overwork the meat, and if you can stand it, and I certainly can stand it, use the meat that's 20% fat, 80% lean, 20% fat. The fat gives a nice, beautiful flavor, and then we go ahead and shape our burger. I don't really care whether you go thin, thick, doesn't really matter. I think you can get great burgers, thick ones or thin ones. You just got to pay attention to the cooking time, because obviously a thicker burger is going to take a little bit longer to cook. Thinner burger, it can go overdone much more quickly. We're ready to start cooking our perfect burger, and the cooking starts with a nice hot pan. Now I don't think it needs to be super scorching, but certainly a couple minutes over medium-high heat. And we're going to take our burger, which I've let just come up to room temperature for about 20 minutes or so. Lay it down. You got to hear that sizzle. If you don't hear the sizzle, pan's not hot enough. Pull the burger out and let it heat up for another couple minutes. Now, the other thing we're going to do is flip it once. That is the next key rule here. It's not a matter of flipping it back and forth 10 different times. We're going to let it cook for about 60% of the time on this one side. We're going to flip it and then cook it the rest of the way on the other side and be done. So I like a nice medium burger, medium well maybe. So for that, it's a couple minutes, maybe 2 to 3 minutes on each side. I'm going to lift my burger up, just kind of rotate the pan to cover where it just was with the oil, help prevent sticking. And you can see on this side, I've got some nice caramelization on that side. Let's flip my other one here. Notice now, the other thing you don't want to do is press down on the burger. Little taps like that, if you really, really must, are fine. Pressing down drives the juices out of there, which is not what you want to do. If you're a cheese lover, now is the time to hit the cheese. I just flipped it over, about 10 seconds ago. I'm going to lay my cheese down on the burgers. And, what I like to do to make sure I get a nice melted cheese is actually tint the pan. I've got an aluminum bowl here. You can use a glass bowl. You can use whatever you want. You can use a lid. Absolutely no problem. Just throw it over that. Creates a little oven in there, and in about a minute and a half, it's all going to be nicely melted. About a minute and a half have gone by since I flipped the burgers. Time to check on them. Make sure you use a towel with that lid. It's going to be hot. So 2 minutes total cooking time, minute and a half since I put that cheese on. You can see now it's nicely melted. Burger is done, so I'm going to kill the heat and let it rest for about 3 or 4 minutes on a little holding plate. I'm going to transfer mine, and then we'll serve it up. Nicely light toasted bun is my preference. I'm going to take my burger, lay it on. Notice, it's really the nice, perfect burger is really about what you don't do, not about what you do. You got a little garnish, maybe some pickles, onions, tomatoes, whatever you want. I'm just going to go a little ketchup, and that's about it. I'll see you next time on No Recipe Required.